I mean, the fact that this is not a slight against men. Like, women are obviously more in tune with, being maternal and mothers and all that stuff. So it's not about being a guy, but do you think being a comic? Because when I watch comics that are fathers, reluctant fathers, not everyone planned to have a kid, I always get the vibe that people hate their marriages, hate their kids. Right. And so that's always the way I felt like comics were like, oh, I got this kid. Oh, my kid's annoying. And like, do you think you felt that way because a lot of your friends or whoever you would watch when you were coming up had a disdain toward being a father?
Well, I think as comics, we all can speak for the whole group and say that we're pretty much all fucked up.
And super selfish.
Yeah, super selfish and fucked up in one way or another. I don't know. Everybody's got their own little kink. Mm-hmm. And for most of us, it came from our childhood, right? Most of us, it came from, either parents splitting up or, being ignored or weird shit that makes you want, not all of us, but the vast majority.
Validation and attention.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the overwhelming need to do it so much so that you're willing to risk your self-esteem by going on stage in front of strangers.
Right.
And I think when you've been through that, you're automatically apprehensive as a potential parent of like recreating that same sort of environment that you had to experience when you were a child. So you're really reluctant to be in some situation where you're going to fuck up the same way someone fucked up with you.
Oh, that's one way of looking at it. Okay.
That is exactly how I looked at it, And then there's also the part of being connected to this other person.
Well, you're responsible for them.
Not the baby, the other person that you mate with. Because you have to choose that wisely. Because I have friends that have had babies with fucking crazy people. And their life is chaos. Their life is craziness, and the woman is constantly fucking with them and trying to make them jealous and doing horrible things and saying bad things to the kids, and it's just constant chaos. And then he's got to always deal with the new boyfriends and all these new guys that are around his kids. Like, I've seen people that have had kids with the wrong person, and it's just been a disaster. So there's that too,
It's so weird because in my early 20s, that's when you're on your own for the first time and you're whatever out in we'll say LA, and I would watch these male comics, and a lot of them, and I'm sure you and I know we have several in common, where some guy probably in his 40s, just effed some woman, and she happened to be the one that stuck around, so now he's married. Yep. And he's like, you never hear him talk about his wife. He kind of doesn't like her. Or he had sex with a crazy girl, and now they have a kid. And he likes the kid, but he hates the woman. And I think men get to dictate the way society feels about marriage, because just being the stronger of the sexes, and whatever guys like is always like the cooler thing. Girls are always, no one ever wants to do the girl stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Like, women always want to wear men's clothing. Women want to go where the guys are.
Oh, okay.
It's always like guys, girls always want to be part of the boys' club. No guy is knocking down the door to get in the girls' club.
Yeah,
women like to be part of the, we want, our comedy is, like male-centric, and everything we do, we want to be one of the guys and taken seriously like men. So the view on kids and marriage, at least as a comic, I'm watching them, and they seem so unhappy. So it all of a sudden becomes like uncool to have a baby. And I've noticed a lot of girls saying things like, I don't want to have kids, I don't want to get married, I don't want to be in a relationship. The fuck you don't. You have to. Of course you do. It's just become the thing du jour to say that you don't want that because women think men find it more attractive.
Oh, wow. How many women are running that game?
So many.
Running around pretending they don't want relationships.
That, or they think they don't. I mean, I host a dating show.
Right.
And I hear girls all the time, and I'm looking at it. You're a skank whore. Like, I'm looking at your eyeliner job. Like, I can tell that you suck dick a lot. Sorry,
Wait, so eyeliner tells you that they suck a lot of cock?
Yeah, it depends the way you apply.
Will you write a book and just
I'd love to.
For the rest of us?
Just so you can tell, you can wear like white eyeliner. Let's get serious.
Really? Okay, girl with white eyeliner. She'll suck your dick.
Lashes.
That sounds like Joey Diaz.
Lashes depends. It depends on the way of your makeup, but I can tell by what you're wearing. I can tell.
Okay.
And then you hear them, and they're like, "I don't want a relationship. I don't want a guy checking up on me." You want the right guy. You're not immune to it, and you say that because you want to draw the guy in, like, oh, I'm totally cool. I'm totally.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
No woman. I mean, I like my space, but I would be upset if the man I was dating never called me.
Yeah, right.
That'd be weird.